Okay. How was the experience? Would anyone like to share?
Ma'am, it was great. It was easy
Any?
to do and easy to understand. Matlab, it was very easy.
Very good, very good. So the questions weren't confusing, and examples were not hard to find, and also explanation, and also time limit was
Yes.
also okay. And I set this time limit because I wanted you to sit down, think, and write your script, and I wanted you to come up with a really, really persuasive and cohesive presentation. So I'm glad to hear that your experience went well. Today, we are going to discuss another model. This is probably the last model within the effects approach. We have been talking about a number of models that come under the effects approach, and the model that we are going to discuss today is another one that falls within the domain of effects approach. And I remember once I said in my lectures that effects of media are really, really important and a widely considered aspect of studying mass communication. So whoever, many scholars of media, many scholars who are doing their research in mass media, they are concerned about studying effects, like what kind of effects people receive from content that comes from media, how the content from media tends to influence people. This has been a primary concern for many scholars. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you all, so that I can show you my PowerPoint. Okay, I have begun sharing, and I believe that you all can see my screen now. Okay, but with that, I'm not sure if anyone wants to join the session, if I can see them, like if anyone is in the waiting room. Let me go there and see if anyone is in the waiting room. A minute. I do not see anyone in the waiting room. Um, Badr is here, Alina is here, so is Aisha Naveed, Heather, Laiba, Kaisar, Sakha, Umema. Very good. Uh, there is one student who wants Aisha Abbas. Students, please have your cameras on for the whole session. Okay? Okay, I'm going to begin my explanation now. All right. So everyone can see my screen, right? You all can see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very
Yes,
good.
ma'am.
Very good. As you can see on screen, this is uses and gratifications model, the model that we are going to discuss for today's lecture. And this model actually is one of many are that come under the category of effects approach of mass media. All right. Now, before I begin, let me tell you an important thing. The models that we have been discussing so far, especially agenda setting model and user gratifications, you will learn about these models at length. You will learn about these models in detail in another course, in an upper level course. Its the code is MCOM 409, and its title is mass communication theories. Here, my job is to familiarize you with these models, with these concepts. However, here we will not go into much of the details, like we will not read them in as much detail as you would in the upper level course, which is MCOM 409. Okay, this was just a caveat that I wanted to share with you all. Let's begin. All right. Uh, okay. Now, let me begin with the activity that we did when the semester began, and then I will read this content to you and I will further explain it to you. And I did this activity both with on-campus and off-campus students. I did it with on-campus students, and when off-campus students came back, I remember I repeated the activity for them as well. The very first activity, I would ask you to recall the very first activity that we did in the class. What was the activity? The activity was about, okay, I asked you that what are your media consumption patterns, and how do those patterns gratify your needs? If you remember, I asked you to prepare an answer of this question. The question was, what, I mean, I asked students to write a small paragraph, and then I myself shared my response. I will repeat the question. The question was, what are your media consumption patterns? Which means, how do you use media? And then how does that consumption satisfy or gratify your needs? Which means, how do you use media, and how then your usage, how does your usage gratify your needs? So that's all about uses and gratifications. First we use media, and then that usage gratifies our needs. Remember, there were some students who said that, ma'am, I like playing games, and I play games on, I have game stations, and I like playing these kind of games. And since I am so much into sports, and I am a kind of person who kind of likes having vicarious experience, for this reason I like watching games. There were then, sorry, I like playing games. Then there were some student, there was a student, I remember, he said that um, he likes staying alert, staying informed about what is happening in surroundings. And for that, he had subscription of various newspapers or various uh, uh, YouTube channels. And whenever there is a new event or there is an important information, he would get notifications. There were students, there was a girl in, I don't remember, in your section or other section, she said that she has subscribed to various YouTube channels for learning about cosmetics. She said that she likes buying cosmetics, she likes using cosmetics, and for that she had subscribed various YouTube channels, and whenever there is a new video, she usually receives notifications. See, each person is different. Each of us have our own needs, our own desires. Okay? For example, when I gave my example, I said, since I am an educationist and I am a communication scholar and I teach communication, I like to be informed, and for that I have subscription of YouTube news channels. I have subscription of Democracy Now, which is a YouTube channel. Whenever there is whenever they upload a new video, I get notification. And I also told that every morning I actually go to the websites like dawn.com and NY Times, NewYorkTimes.com, and I just scroll down the paper. And that is my need. Like I said, I am a communication educationist, I am a communication scholar, and this is my need to stay informed, to stay updated. And for that, I usually explore sites of dawn.com and newyorktimes.com. So just the activity that we did in the beginning of the semester is actually related to this model that we are studying today. Let's see what we have on screen here. I'm going to maximize my screen. Let me see if I have anyone in the waiting room really quick. Yes, I have 2 more people. All right. So let's see. This is the, sorry, I was not going to this screen. Yes, this is my first screen. So let's talk about what is uses and gratifications model. The model actually explores why individuals choose certain media at various times and what they get out of their connection with the media. This is the same thing that I have been discussing. Would anyone like to share any example? Like I gave my example that I am an educationist, I am in the business of teaching, I am a communication scholar as well, and this is my need to stay alert, to stay updated, to stay informed. And for that, I almost daily go to dawn.com website. I go to Guardian's website, which is a newspaper, The Guardian. I go to New York Times website, and I also have I also follow some important journalists on Twitter. Whenever they have a new tweet, I get notification. This is my need, and see how according to my need, I mean, I get. So first, let's read the statement. It says why individuals choose certain media at various times and what they get out of their connection with the media. Why do I choose Twitter? Why do I choose the website of dawn.com and the website of newyorktimes.com? Because this is what I need. I need to stay informed and updated. And what I get out of my connection with media, I get information. I can I can update myself. I can know about views and news and what is happening in the world. So this is what the model says. Would anyone like to share his or her experience now about this? Like, how do you use media and what you get out of it? Would anyone like to share any experience? Anything from you? How do you use media? Like, I remember Alina, I particularly remember Alina's response. She said that she has an inclination for baking, and for that she has subscribed to YouTube channels, and she watches them, and she, or maybe she reads magazines that are related to baking or cooking. I don't remember exactly, but please talk about what is like what are your needs and what kind of media you choose to satisfy your needs, and then what sort of gratification you get out of that. Would anyone like to share his or her experience? Anyone?
Well,
Yes,
ma'am,
ma'am.
I use,
Go ahead,
sorry, you
please.
can.
I
Go
want
ahead.
to share.
May I know your name?
Laiba.
Laiba, please turn on your camera, bete. It's dark, I can't see you. Go
Okay,
ahead.
ma'am.
Go ahead, Laiba.
Okay. I feel the need of constantly updating my knowledge through online platform.
Very
It
good.
helped me save money and yet to learn a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And sharing my idea with my peers is possible now, and my need for spiritual healing is fulfilled by it. It helps me get rid of toxic thoughts.
So, like you, you spend your time on social media, like, and that helps you getting rid of negative thoughts. Is that what you were saying?
Yes, I also spend time on news channels as well. Diverse news channel help us to get so many dimension of the same
Very
topics.
good. Very good. Very good. Anyone else? Just one more student, and then I'll go ahead. I'll move to the next slide. Just one more student.
Uh, yes, ma'am, Aisha Naveed here.
Yeah, sure. Aisha, please turn on your camera so that I can see you.
Um, Ma'am, my camera is on. I actually broke my phone yesterday, so my
Oh, that,
camera is not working properly.
okay, go ahead,
Yeah.
Aisha.
So, lately I'm really into interior designing, into decorating. So I'm really using different channels of
Mm-hmm.
YouTube
Mm-hmm.
to learn about it. Especially like one channel that I'm loving the most these days is Mr. Kate.
Mm-hmm. Very
So
good.
I'm really learning a lot from how to design a place and how to decorate it.
Very
So
good.
yeah,
Very good. There is an interesting magazine, Home and Decor. You may have seen it.
yeah, I'm actually looking forward to read more
Yeah.
about it.
Very good, very good. So see, I wanted a couple persons to give examples to make sure that you are understanding the concept well, and also to ensure that the rest of you actually get a sense of what we are talking about. Let's move to the next slide. Okay. So, all right. This, what you see here on this screen is actually the formal statement of the model. See, it comes in 7 different elements. It begins from here, number 1, and then where is number 2? 1. I'm sorry, I missed number 2. Let me see. Uh, mm. This is number 1, and here, sorry. Before this word needs comes number 2. I missed it. I'm sorry for that. I will fix this mistake before I upload this presentation on Moodle. But please know that this is number 1 and number 2 comes before the word needs, and then number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and then number 7. So this model, here is its formal statement. It comes in these 7 elements. Actually, several research studies related to user and gratifications began in 1940s, maybe in 30s. However, the formal statement for this model came in 1974. I have not mentioned this on the PowerPoint slide, but I am telling you this verbally, that this formal statement that you see here on the screen came out in 1974, and there were 3 scholars who on the basis of their research study, they contributed an article in 1974. Their names were Katz, Louis Katz. I'm only telling you their last names: Katz, Bloomer, and Gurevich. Let me write their names in the chat box. Do I have chat box here? Okay. Katz, Bloomer, and Gurevich in 1974. They proposed this statement, which is the formal statement for uses and gratifications model. Let's begin. Let's see what the statement says. This has, like I said, these 7 elements. These elements are concerned with number one, there are social and psychological origins of needs. Okay? Please put a number 2 before the word needs. I missed it while I was preparing my slide, but I will fix this mistake before I upload it on Moodle. So there are social and psychological origins of needs which generate. Okay, what does this mean? Aisha Naveed just gave the example that her need is related to, like, she likes decorating stuff, and for that she has subscribed to channel, and she is also willing to subscribe to magazines that are related to this stuff. Similarly, Laiba was talking about her experience, and she was saying that she has this need of going over content which is available on social media, because that helps her, keeping her away from negative thoughts. Also, she has this social need, or maybe psychological need of watching news that helps her knowing what is happening in the world. So see, these are psychological needs, and so there may be social needs as well, because we live in society and we need to stay informed, we need to know what is happening around us. So there are social and psychological origins of needs which generate expectations. My need is to stay informed because I am a communication teacher, and it is expected from me to stay updated. So these needs generate expectations from mass media and other sources. Then this leads to differential patterns of media exposure. What is the meaning of differential pattern? Each person is different. Laiba likes to go over content from social media. Laiba likes to watch different channels, whereas Aisha Naveed's consumption pattern is different from Laiba. Aisha Naveed likes to consume channels or media that is related to decoration stuff. So because of our needs, we have different expectations, and because of that, we have differential patterns of media consumption or exposure. And we engage ourselves in different sorts of activities. These sorts of activities can be consuming social media or anything, which results in needs gratifications. And see, whatever way we use media, that gratifies our needs. Not only that, sometimes it results in other consequences as well. unintended ones. What is the meaning of unintended consequences? Can anyone tell?
The consequences which are not intentional.
Very good, very good. For example, aggression. Let's think about
Yes.
people who spend way too much time on playing games. Of course, if someone likes, I would give the example of my son who is 12 years old right now. He loves playing games. And so of course that gives him gratification. He gets excited. He plays games for excitement. But there may be unintended consequences as well. Maybe he is learning aggression from games. Maybe he is learning violence from games. So there is that unintended consequence. Similarly, think about people who spend way too much time watching their desired channels on YouTube. Those may be related to okay, what is new in fashion, okay, or that may be related to, let's say, cooking. So what are unintended consequences? Unintended consequence can be that after watching a particular YouTube video, you are kind of, your needs are kind of enhancing. Now you want to do more shopping, you want to spend more time on watching YouTube channel. That is this unintended consequences. Yes, your needs are being gratified, but along with that there are some consequences uh, that were not intentional for you, but they are happening. Okay, any question so far? Any problem? Let me see if I have anyone in the waiting room. No. Any questions so far? Should I proceed? Is everything
Um,
clear?
Ma'am,
Yes.
I want to ask that being addictive of a particular channel is also an unintended consequence.
It is. Yes, you are there for gratification, but if you are really glued to your screen, or if you are really glued to that channel, of course that is something in your that you did not plan, right? So in that sense, yes, it is unintended. Does it answer your question, Bilal?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Very good. Can I proceed? Can I go further? Okay. Uh, okay, here is this, here you see the model, the use and gratifications model in actually like a model like shape. So see, this is same statement just given in the form of a sketch, or maybe in the form of a diagram. There are social psychological origins of needs which generate expectations of mass media, which lead to differential patterns of media consumption or media exposure. They may either result in gratifications or in consequences that are unintended. This is the same thing that we have discussed. This just comes in the form of a sketch or a diagram. And this is my last screen for today's model. This model, first of all, assumes that audience are active. See, if I am choosing media by my own choice, it means I am an active audience. I am an active audience in the sense that, why am I choosing Twitter? Why am I not choosing any sports channel or any games channel? Because I don't want that. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not into sports. I'm not into games. I am choosing newspaper websites. I'm choosing Twitter because that's my choice. See, I am active. It's not like I am absorbing whatever information comes my way. It's not like I am just a passive audience that would be attached to, or that would cling to whatever is shown to him or her. No, I am watching media by my own choice, which makes me an active audience. Then audience make motivated choices based on their previous experience from media. For example, if I watch dramas on Hum TV, if I like that drama, that liking will motivate me to watch more dramas from Hum TV. See, here I first chose Hum TV to watch dramas. That reveals that I am active audience. I did not go to a sports channel, or I did not go to a business channel or a news channel. I went to a drama channel because I wanted dramas. And based on my past experience, I am watching more dramas because my past experience has actually motivated me to consume more of that material. Then media is considered to be the only way amongst others for satisfying needs. Now you see, this model kind of ignores social interaction. Do we get satisfaction, gratification from media only? No, I don't think so. Who can answer this? Like, you get gratification by spending time with family, you get gratification by working on a hobby, by reading a book, let's say. You may get gratification by spending time with friends, hanging out with friends, going to a restaurant, or that kind of thing. However, this model says that, okay, media is the only way maybe people are getting gratifications. This is one of the assumptions, and this can be also taken as one of the limitations proposed by uses and gratifications. Now with that, I have finished my lecture related to, I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I have discussed pretty much what I wanted to say. I'll let you ask questions. Today, along with uploading this recorded lecture, I will also upload notes related to the lecture and a copy of this PowerPoint slide. I will also upload the original article of Katz, Bloomer, and Gorwich that you can read. That article is optional for you to read. I'm not asking you to read that article. If you want more information, go ahead, read that article. But since it's a scholarly piece of article, I thought it would be too much for you. So if you are really interested, you can go ahead and read that article. However, I will upload some notes. Notes are really detailed. They also talk about some extensions in the model. Remember, we have been discussing extensions in every model. Like, once a model is proposed, and then there are some more scholars who kind of then there are some more scholars who do some more research, and then on the basis of their research they propose some more things. I am not teaching you extension of this model. However, they are in the notes. You can read them if you like. I feel like at this stage, only this much orientation of uses and gratifications is enough for you. So I am ending this lecture. With this, I'm ending this lecture for today. If you have any question, I have 10 minutes. I'll take your questions. Please ask me questions if you have any related to this model. Was it easy? Was it interesting? Was it boring? What would you say?
It was easy, ma'am.
It was easy. It was easy. I knew it was easy because it's related to an activity that we have done in class.
Yes.
So that's why I assumed
Exactly.
that it would be easy. Students, for your class on Thursday, I will not do this virtual session. However, I will upload a recorded lecture. Okay? And that recorded lecture will be based on another model. Okay? And as for your assessment, there are two more things that are left for you. Okay, there is final exam, of course, which I will give you whenever, which I will give you according to the university calendar. But there is another presentation, and I planned that I planned that presentation for face-to-face setting, both for remote learners and for students who come to campus. So let's wait for February the 1st. If the university, you know the situation is uncertain. So if the university does not open up, then I may have to go for another recorded presentation or another exam. I do not know yet. But according to the syllabus, you have another face-to-face presentation where actually you will also have to encounter answer and question session. But unfortunately, if the university does not open up after 1st of February, then I'll have to think about another way of assessment. Okay? This is another important thing I wanted to say.
Those students who are this semester online, they will give that presentation through Zoom?
Yes. Who are entirely studying online, of course, will, but again, they will have to go through question answer session. But if the university does not open up, then you see it will be difficult for me to hold virtual session for everyone. Then I will go for another form of assessment. Okay? Any other question? Well, I hope I have 8 minutes left. I hope you all found this model to be easy and interesting. I will upload another recorded lecture on Thursday, which will be for our class on Thursday. I'll not do any. I will upload it inshallah sometime on Thursday. I will try my best to upload it before noon, or it may be in the afternoon, but whenever it is uploaded I will let you know. Okay? And in that I'm going to talk about propaganda model. Today we are done with models related to effects. With this lecture we are done with models related to effects. Actually this model, user gratifications, yes, it is related to effects, but it is also related to audience model. It is known as audience centered model. If you take a look at your syllabus, your course outline, it is mentioned there that this model is audience centered. Today we talked about audience centered model, like a model that talks about audience. Next we are going to talk about organizational model, which means model that are related to the working of organizations, how media organizations intervene into the process of dissemination of information. That is what we are going to discuss next. And for that, the first model that I'm going to discuss is propaganda model. It's one of the very well studied, well cited and popular models, propaganda model. This is what we will do for our next lecture, and I will upload it on Moodle. Any question?
Ma'am,
जी
फाइनल एग्जाम हमारा एज इट इज वैसे होगा जिससे मिड हुआ है?
Bete, for mid you did recorded presentation, but final exam I will give you on Moodle.
Okay.
Now they have this policy that exams, there won't be any face-to-face exams. Teachers will give all exams to students online. So your final exam will be online. Okay?
Okay.
Any other question? I still have 6 minutes left. All right, if you do not have any question, I will end the session now. And soon after I end the session, soon after I upload the video on YouTube, I will upload it on Moodle as well. And like I said, I will upload notes on Moodle that will be optional for you to read. I will also upload notes from Dennis McQuill's book that you will read. And for Thursday, I will upload a recorded lecture related to propaganda model. Please see my recording for our next virtual session on Tuesday. And if you have any question related to the model that I upload on Thursday, please feel free to ask me questions on in our virtual session next Tuesday. Okay? Now I'll see you all next Tuesday. Thank you so much and goodbye.